How has your trading week been, guys? Today is Friday and 16th of February. So, of course, the market is going to be rounding up today. But how has your trading week been? I hope you've been able to catch some pips. We're just going to do this for a few minutes. I'll just give you some updates based on the dollar, based on what happened yesterday, based on what happened from our previous daily briefing of the market, and of course, what we are expecting based on the calendar. So let's even just switch over to the calendar quickly. Let's see what we have today. Today, Friday, right? And of course, Friday here, if you look closely, that's the 16th. You notice something. You notice that we have the pounds coming out soon, retail sales. And the time as of now is 7:08 as West African time. So in about the next 52, 53 minutes, we should have high impact news coming out for the pounds. And then much later in the day, we have for the dollar by 2:30 p.m. and 4 p.m. West African time. Please always ensure that you click on the time over here and change it to your own time zone so it correlates with what you have based on your own time zone. So this is what we have for the news for today, Friday. And this week has been a rather interesting one, so to say. If you check, like an example, the dollar, because of course you should already know that we're big on the USD, we're big on the DXY, and that's what we have right in front of us. For this DXY from the CPI that we had this massive bullish move all the way to these highs over here, you can see that from Wednesday and Thursday, it has more or less retraced about 61.8 Fibonacci retracement of this entire move. And if you want to confirm that, you can click on the Fibonacci here, the tool, and then draw from the lows here. Remember, this is from the CPI move, from the lows here to the highs over here. And then you see what we're talking about, that it has gotten to the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement of that entire move of that CPI. Let me just take out the Fibonacci now. So what are we expecting next on the dollar? If you look at the dollar closely, you notice that here was an area of resistance. And yesterday, go and watch the video from yesterday, when price was around here, we said we don't believe that this level is going to hold as support, or we're expecting it to break, which it actually has. So this area that was supposed to be support, it broke, and that's how we're able to get some good trades yesterday on the Euro USD and also on the Pounds USD. And yes, we made some pips, right? So what do we expect now based on where price is? You notice that price is in the middle of this resistance here and then this support. So the question is the price going to push higher to this area of resistance to test it, or is it going to push lower to this area of support? Another thing you need to take note of is that today is Friday, and Friday is known for profit taking. So are they going to take profits? Is it going to drop? Is it going to appreciate? Only time will tell. Don't forget, we have high impact news coming out for the dollar in a bit. So it could as well be on the volatile side. So this one I'm going to just quickly run through with you, as I would like to round this up within the next 1 minute or two. For this dollar, we have it in a form of wedge over here. So that means that it might as well move inside the wedge prior to the news coming out at 2:30 p.m. Now, if this should happen, where we peradventure, we have the dollar appreciate back to this area here, right? Maybe trying to test it for a resistance. Don't forget, we said using the Fibonacci from this lows to these highs, that's already pulled back to about 61.8. So naturally, you would have expecting it to push higher. But then I doubt it will get back to this place today because the market is more or less rounding up. But who knows? Because you can never underestimate the market itself. But if the market is going to push higher from this dollar, then we can expect the pound USD to drop, meaning that over here for the pound USD, where it is sitting on now, support, resistance, support, presently sitting here at this area of support, it simply means that this support might most likely not hold and then drop further down. But The main instruments I'm actually looking at today is gold. I'm expecting gold because I'm expecting the dollar to appreciate. So that means that the shiny metal gold, I'm expecting it to drop. And you can see we have a wedge-like pattern here. It didn't quite get to this area here of former support, which should now act as resistance. So it is more or less an untested area of resistance, but it didn't quite get there, and it's forming a weird triangle. So if you ask me, I would like to see the market break out of this triangle and maybe quickly pull back to test it and then drop further down, right? Today is Friday. You can decide to trade it. You can decide not to trade it. The choice is yours. If you've had a good week so far, keep it that way. If you had a bad week, I would also advise to stay out of the market so that it doesn't get worse. And then during the weekend, take your time to conduct like market review, right? So with that said, I'm going to run up now, and this is a trade I'm quietly paying attention to. I'll try to update this in the next briefing video, probably Monday or maybe this weekend. So we see the outcome of this. But for this gold, I am short biased. And of course, the market can decide to play either way. And that's why we must always ensure that our stop loss is in place. And of course, our risk management, calculating our volume and our lot size also is in the right proportion. And we always say, as usual, if you want to get that out of the way very fast, you can always go over to the website. That's the training school website that we have. The link is in the description. And scroll down to number 7 where you have position size calculator. And then you can easily put in your account balance, put in your risk. It will give you the amount that you're risking in dollars, your stop loss, pick your instrument of choice. If your instrument of choice is not here, let me know. We can always add it to the mix so that you can get the proper volume lot size to use. Click on calculate and then get it and then input it before you jump into the market. So you can get this from the school's website. The link is in the description once again. If you guys have any further questions, feel free to comment on this goal that we've talked about, comment on the dollar, comment on your expectations from the news coming out later today for the pound and probably also for the dollar. With that said, I want to say thank you guys. Ensure to trade safely. You have any questions, feel free to reach out. And of course, we would help you the best way that we can. Enjoy the weekend, guys. Get some rest and then also allocate some time for market review. Check on what happened this week, what you did right, what you did wrong, and that should help you to improve in next week. Thank you guys. Au revoir. Goodbye and God bless. Cheers.